So it is episode 8, yeah, so it's episode 8, so this is the final 3 episodes, so it's this, and 2 more, and then I'm going to end it on 10, because I like to end both Paranormal Adventures and Real Paranormal Stories at the same time. I did that for Season 1 and 2, so I'm going to do that with Season 3 and all the other ones. So, I do have an announcement. So, by November 1st, I will have completed the Corn Maze Mystery movie series. Going to officially start the TV series of it, or just series in general. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this channel name to Horrifying Nights 5. I'm going to, because also another series of mine is also going to be made after season 9 of The Man in the Manus Man, so that will have to go on there as well. So instead of changing things around, I might as well just put that on this channel. So basically the Horrifying Nights 5 will basically become like the Horrifying Nights 1, where you have fiction with reality. Fiction being all the series set during Horrifying Nights, and then reality, which is Paranormal Adventures and Uneasy Crimes. And obviously reality will be this, Real Paranormal Stories. So yeah, so today's episode I'm actually going to tell an experience that happened when Carly, Jamie, Marie, and my significant other, when their dog Brownie, when my significant other, her dog, and Brownie is the oldest animal that she has ever had. When we first started dating, because we've been friends since 3rd grade, so 9 years old, and we have been dating for 6.5 years now. We've been together since January 20th of 2013, so yeah. And Brownie was already 2 years old when we started dating, so he is going to turn, or he was almost 2 years old. I think he turns, I think she turns 8 in April. I think April 1st or something like that, or April 2nd, somewhere around there. He's going to be 8 years old, and that's the oldest animal in terms of dogs that she's ever had. She had a cat. She had a cat named Luke. Luke after 90210, Luke Perry, which has sadly passed away. I grew up on, my name, Brandon, is off of Brandon from 90210. And I grew up on that show. My mom has all the seasons on DVD, and I still watch DVDs. I know it's kind of like a guilty pleasure nowadays, with streaming and all that stuff. But I still like watching a lot of things on DVD. Just gives me nostalgic from those times when I used to go to Hollywood Video and all that stuff. But yeah, so I was really sad when Luke Perry died. But her cat was named Luke, and when he died, he was 14, 15, I think 15, because when he died, It was the first. It was one. We were going on our 1 year anniversary. It was 2014, and he was born in, I think, 1999, somewhere around there, 98 or 99, somewhere around there. So yeah, and the oldest pet that I have, which is Summer. She's gonna be 16 this year, 16, 17, because we got our first cat ever in 2001, 2002. It was very late 2001, very early 2002. I can't really remember. And within the first, now when we got Zoe, which was our first pet, she was already a year old, and in the first 9 months, 10 months, I think it was the very beginning of 2003. She was pregnant, and she gave birth very early 2003, maybe very late 2002, and Summer was in that first batch, and she is still alive to this day. She has been to every single one of our houses. She is the only pet to do that. I don't count Asta because he lived with Grandpa until he died in 2013, which is also very sad. But and then Asta is the oldest dog that we have. Scooby, which is sitting right there sleeping, he is 7, and Asta is 13. He'll be 13 next month, and because he was 6 months old when Grandma died in 2006, and so we gave Asta to Grandpa in 6 months before May. It was May when we gave him, and he was already around 2, maybe 3 months old, maybe 4, and or maybe he was already 6 months old. But yeah, he's gonna be 13 next month. He'll be 13 and a half when it's all said and done this year. But yeah, he's old. He may be turning 14 in December. I can't really remember if he's going to be either 13 and a half when this year is done or 14. But yeah. But yeah, so Brownie is 8. And so they moved into this house. They all got this house together near the school. And within the first month, something happened. But all the experiences happened to Brownie. I'm going to tell this first one, and then next season I'm going to tell the other 2. But or maybe I'll leave one of them maybe for next episode as well, maybe like a part 2, and then leave part 3 for next season. But so they were sitting down one night, and Brownie is a big dog, and but they were sitting down one night, and he does not growl for anything. He does not growl unless something is very, very, very wrong. Well, they were sitting in the living room, and then all of a sudden, he gets up, jumps, goes to the corner, and starts growling. Just growling. For no reason. It's growling like he is going to kill whatever is in this corner, but there's nothing in the corner. So they check everywhere. Maybe something got in or something like that, but nothing. There's nothing in the corner. There's not even like a lamp or anything like that. There's just nothing in the corner. Now later they would put a lamp in the corner, but this is before that. And it was just weird. She said to me that it was like when you're walking your dog and the dog is like growling and barking at people, or when you're taking the dog out in like the front or something like that, and it starts growling and it's looking at the person. That's exactly what it looked like. Like it was looking at something and it was about to strike. Well, it basically launched at it, and once it realized that there was nothing there, it went back over and sat back down. And this would happen for, in that week that it happened 4 or 5 times in that week. And the next time that I tell one of the experiences of a brownie, the next one that I tell you is probably the creepiest. But I guess another time, because he's done it 5 times. But I'm going to leave the 2 creepiest ones for later. But one more paranormal experience is they were in the kitchen. Basically, you have the kitchen, and then right next to the refrigerator is a door to let the dog out. Well, the dog was let out, and then comes back in, and it's making this weird sound when it comes back in. It turns to the door when they close the door to wonder like what's going on. It starts growling like crazy, but it's not at them. At first they thought it was to them, but Brownie was paying his attention to the door itself, as if somebody was on the other side or something like that. So they checked, because there's a little window that you can check to the back, but there was no one there. They checked outside and the thing, and nobody was there. But it wouldn't stop growling at the door. Even when they opened the door to go check around if anything was there, he didn't go out to the door. He was just, the door was open, he was by the refrigerator looking outside and growling as if somebody was right there and he was about to strike. And even when, and he didn't stop growling until Carly was in the opening of the door, and he stopped growling and went right up to her, and he just stopped. So that was very strange, and that freaked them out a little bit. So they asked me, I think 2 nights ago, they asked me about why I think animals and kids, like when you're a kid, you can sense the paranormal the most, and I think that is because dogs and all that stuff have, animals and kids, especially when they're that same stage, they act kind of the same, and they have senses that when you're older you just don't really use that anymore. And I think that's why that they're more open to it, because when you're an adult, either you're open to the paranormal or you're not. Yeah, so that's what I think. But yeah, so that is it. So next week, next episode, I will probably tell another one of, maybe just do a part 2 to this, tell another like another 2 experiences, like one of the creepy ones and then one not, and then the finale, the season finale, will be really good. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.